reminiscing about the days of old. In old time rock and roll. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. So we are back in learning HTML accessibility. I don't want to whip out kind of energy drink right now. Like Jesus Christ, please, please stay awake. Actually, do give me my glasses back. Where's my glasses? Hey William, what's up? How are you doing? I'm just we're just keep doing our code and stream every Sunday. I'm just grabbing my glasses. William, I saw the text on Discord. And I don't know about that because here's the thing. I I'm like pretty sure I could make it. But number one, because you phrased it as like a commission, I don't know if I could take a money for it. You know, it doesn't feel like. We're doing Sunday with Warm Cave. What's flavor this week? Please no. It's still HTML Mackenzie. Sorry. We're doing it in like the order allowed to us. Mac tonight? What? I don't have any Mac tonight. Well, Mac tonight? Well, channel. I only have Mackenzie. There's no Mackenzie. There's no Mac tonight. No, there's only Mackenzie. But Mac tonight is a reference to a McDonald's commercial. Just give me YouTube. No, not fuck. I misspelled YouTube. That explains it. Okay. But Mac tonight is a reference to McDonald's commercial. Mac tonight. No, okay, that's not a love song. Yeah, but Mac tonight is this one. But it's based on Jack the Knife. It's based on Jack the Knife, which was the originally a play. Yeah, we're gonna be doing Shifu tomorrow. That's for Shifu. That's tomorrow, sadly, Mackenzie. But do a level in our honor, sure. We're on accessibility. What is this? Accessibility involves creating products and services that everyone can use. Like, hold up. Before that, William, like, I saw the text that you sent me about saying a model for VR, right? And like, I say I can make it, but like you phrase it in terms of like a commission. I don't know if I could take money for it because it's like a, like the problem is, I don't know how else to describe it. It's just like, I know it's your special interest, but it's a very unusual special interest, and I don't know if I want to specifically approach it. It's very unusual to say the least. I don't know. I don't know if I can make it just purely because of my own consciousness. Not even. Not even like I cannot make it. It's more of like I don't know if like I don't know if making it will sit right with me. You know, I don't know. Especially if you're offering it as a commission, like you could hire somebody else probably because like if you're paying money for it anyway, like I would prefer you to just take the money somewhere else. I'm sorry to say that. Accessibility involves creating products and services that everyone can use. I am actually working myself on a but here would be my counterpoint, mobile pay. What do you mean? And I understand what you mean by that because most people who you commission stuff from would be accepting like PayPal or whatever, which is like a easy way to pay for stuff. It's not like like I use PayPal and most users are using PayPal. Yeah, I mean, just make PayPal and I don't know what to tell you. Like it's also like I don't know what mobile pay is because when you said mobile pay, I assumed you meant PayPal because that's what I assume mobile pay is. Otherwise, I have no idea what you mean by mobile pay. You know. Accessibility involves creating product and services that everyone can use in context of web development. It's making websites that everyone can understand and interact with, including people with visual, auditory, and motor and cognitive disabilities. Some examples: disabilities, blindness, low vision, color blindness, deafness, difficulty using keyboard, mice, and touchscreen, attention disorders. Yeah, okay. Attention disorders. It's weird to get distracted. Also said news. Who's Gene Wilder? Gene Wilder? Who's that? Oh, this guy. Huh. Okay, that's not the first time a corporation did it. And by now they're out to be I mean, if somebody from his family sold his voice out, that's not that's whatever. If they just grabbed his voice without permission, that's a little bit of a more of a scam thing, I guess. Also they did a Willy Wonka live show. Willy Wonka live controversy. No, not this one. Not this one. This is different. This is different thing. Netflix, I guess. I remember this one. It's not. It's not. New Willy Wonka movie coming to Netflix. Okay. Oh, it's gonna be. Well, it's not gonna be a live show. It's gonna be. It's gonna be a TV show. Oh, should I? Okay. So it was gonna open. This page doesn't exist. Beautiful. I hope is this ironic. Nothing beats the original. How Wonka wasn't animated years ago, I never understand. There's a Tom and Jerry. I remember that one. That make one of us. Comment deleted. Beautiful. To add to this, why is Charlie white? I'm literally so what? Huh? What do you mean? Why is Charlie white? Wait a minute. What? I'm more confused by the fact that it kind of looks more modernistic. The idea of like Willy Wonka existing in more modern landscape sounds wrong to me. That's like literally. Is that like the UK towers? It looks like a fucking butt plug, or am I wrong? Modern day London, yeah. Charlie Paley, a brand new character, stepped into spotlight while Oscar winner Taika Waititi, Clara and the Sun, Jojo Rabbit, Thor lends his voice to legendary confetti. No, what? Taika Waititi is the one that's voicing the Willy Wonka. It's not gonna be the guy. It's not gonna be the same guy. Like they're taking Taika Waititi. But I thought Taika Waititi was a producer. Am I crazy? He's gonna be a voice actor as well? No, he's a producer, right? Right. No, he is also the Willy Wonka. Okay. What movies did he act in? Pepsi's a Choice, Educators. I have no idea. Simpsons as Taika Waititi. I don't know, as a Darius whatever. Suicide Squad, Ratcatcher. Okay, now Thor, Love and Thunder, Old Cronen God, Mandalorian, Rick and Morty. Okay, but yeah, so he's not. They're not tackling like to me. They said it was Gene's voice. Well, spreading misinformation on the internet. Who would have thought that that was a thing? Memory issues, difficulty speaking or understanding spoken language, sensitivity, flash or flash and light. These are just few of many conditions that can impact users around the world. To help you create accessible website, the World Wide Web developed a set of international standards to follow, make websites more accessible. The guidelines are designated with 4 core principles in mind, known as POUR. P stands for SEP. Perceivable. Users must be able to perceive information. No, that you are presenting. For example, you can provide alternative text for images, so users who access websites with screen readers can understand them. O stands for you and me. No, I need to wait for you. Okay. O stands for operable. Users must be able to interact with user interface. For example, you can make sure that all functionality is accessible through keyboard too, not just the mouse. U stands for you and me. Stands for understandable. Users must be able to understand the information. For example, you can avoid complex sentences and use simple languages such as much as possible. R stands for robust. A wide range of browsers and tools, including assisted with technologies, must be able to interpret the content. Using semantics is very helpful for making if content doesn't follow any one of these core principles, not everyone will be able to use your website. To check if you're following these guidelines correctly, you can access quick preference of World Wide Web curriculum consortium, where you will find comprehensive list of criteria and techniques. What is primary goal of web accessibility? To make websites look better by everyone. What is the web content accessibility guidelines? Programming language and tool. New design set of guidelines. Which of the following is not the core principle? So, seeable, operable, understandable, compatible. Yippee! 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 Well, yeah. Actually, I was wondering about one thing. What are the screen readers and who uses them? I feel like this is gonna be like a very long, boring thing. NVIDIA? Non-visual desktop access. Okay. Not NVIDIA. Comparable computers, mobile device, screen readers, not just computers, empowers individual to access education, social media. This common misconception that screen readers are text-to-speech devices. However, text-to-speech is just one of the featured screen readers. Some screen readers even render the text to braille out with speech. What? You can do that? That's fucking crazy, excuse me? That's actually insane. Also, that feels like more work. Why? Why would you read it in the braille instead of like having it read to you? Like, why braille? Program are also not only blind, visual, impaired, dyslexic individuals and people with cognitive disabilities also use screen readers. All popular operating systems have screen reader built into them. macOS, iOS, Command 5. Actually, that's right. Control, Window, Enter. Okay, how do I disable this now? I can see how they're doing it, but like exit narrator and you. Okay, good. Uh, good to know, I guess. Non-visual desktop access, job access speech, JAWS. Linux has Orca for desktop environment and SpeakUp for Linux terminal. That sounds like such a pain in the ass if you're like blind and you want to operate Linux. So you have to like install like you either have to find a way to install Orca beforehand, which is like you're installing like a distro with already it on top of it, or you have to go like have somebody else access it for you, or you I don't know figure it out somehow. Uh, Talkback built in. Some Android devices have ELA and select to speak built in. One major challenge for screen reader users is that many software developers don't design their products with screen reader friendliness and accessibility in mind. Actually, now that I think about it, Minecraft has like screen reader accessibility. They have like the ability to like where you essentially they announce everything that's going on in the in Minecraft that is going on, which is kind of interesting. It's very interesting, very accessible. But like in comparison, I genuinely can't imagine playing some games like Marvel Rivals, but like you're blind, but like for real blind, not like just playing Daredevil. I feel like it would be such a just cacophony of noise. I guess I don't know, like just like Black Widow attacks, Phoenix attacks, like old from Mr. Fantastic, old from old from Cloak and Dagger, visual noise, visual noise, visual noise. Just even so, accessibility is a broad topic. Every developer needs to learn how to make their web software accessible for the blind. We did the phone screen readers, Mac OS. Did they? No, they didn't call it SpeakUp. That was Linux, which is funny. VoiceOver. Okay. What are the phone screen readers not made for? The dev. me reading to the dev guy what's going on the screen. Okay. So there's an open box and and the dev guy is like fucking signing to me that like he can see it, he doesn't hear it. You fucking stupid bastard. Windows does not feature screen readers. Speech to text, braille output, web browsing support. I think speech to text. Yeah, okay. I feel like here's like I feel like this is gonna be the worst stream ever because I do have a little bit of like couple of jokes about like dev slash blind. Not out of meanness. It's just like it's very sad about the situations they're in. It just unfortunately we're talking about like a dev guy using computer and like there's loud noise or something he cannot hear. Bro, can you imagine like you like some application crashes, like usually like I'll hear it first and I'll go like, oh, there's like a crash, but they cannot hear it. So they just have they're just playing around and then they see that the OBS was crashed for like past 3 hours. They're like, fuck. Okay, large text and braille keyboards. Oh, keyboards. Like they're not output and stuff in braille, right? Just the keyboard has braille on it, which makes sense. Nice for users with unless it's actually like keyboards that has braille on it, which would be insane. With like the braille comes out and you have to like read the braille for some reason. That would be kind of dumb. I'm not gonna lie. In large text keyboards, was called large print keyboards. The letter, number, and symbols are larger compared to standard keyboards. Yeah, no shit. This design is helpful for people who may find small text in the keys difficult to use. Okay. Most of them also have enhanced contrast and brightness. Yeah, that's the RGB keyboards. No, but what's even the point of RGB keyboards? I don't get it. A large print keyboard made for by brand Maxi 8. Okay. It has yellow keys with black big and bold letters, numbers, symbols on them. This is helpful for people with low vision. Another keyboard is black large print keyboard with white print on the keys. Well, that's kind of like the keyboard that's almost every keyboard has like almost every keyboard is black with white letters. Okay. This keyboard is backlit, so users adjust its brightness to different light conditions. RGB keyboard. What? am I reading it wrong? While large print keyboards provide visual cues to the users, braille keyboards provide completely tactile experience for people with more severe vision disabilities, including people who are blind. It's actually on your keyboard right now. F and J have like little like knobs on it, so you can like quickly figure out where essentially F and J, and then maneuver keyboard from there. It's made for like not looking at keyboard while typing, which I assume blind people would have like better like ability to do, I guess. Fuck. I didn't. I got that wasn't meant to be as a joke. I just meant like you know, like they don't have like a compulsion of like what letter am I looking at, you know? Braille is tactile reading, or is it like that they're constantly looking at the keyboard because essentially they always see the letter. They always like touch the letter and they're like, oh, this is A. Braille's tactile reading and writing system consists of raised dots arranged in a specific pattern to represent letters, number, and punctuation. Braille keyboard use the system to help users find right keys on the keyboard. Yeah. Okay, whatever. One of the advantages of using large keyboard: improve type and speed, improve readability of the keys. Who primarily benefits from using large text Braille keyboard? People with hearing disabilities. How do people identify letters, numbers, symbols in Braille keyboard? By feeling pattern of raised dots on their fingerprints. I feel like this is a very unnecessary part so far, at least. Ooh. So far, at least, it's a very unnecessary part of curriculum. Like this not like if you at least aware of what blind person is, you should be able to figure out. Like when do we get to like the topic of like how do blind people dream? Like I mean like I always was wondering what do blind people experience when they dream? Is it just like all like tactile sensation and noise? That's weird. I mean, at least for I assume that's for people who were born blind versus the people who were born seeing and became blind. That's what are alternative pointing devices such as trackball, joysticks, and touchpads used for? Well, they're used for PlayStations. No. Point device and pointing devices. Common examples are joystick touchpads. Also, trackpad is stationary pointing device that consists of large movable ball within a socket. It also includes additional buttons for clicking performing other function, unlike traditional mouse, which requires movement around a surface to control the cursor. Trackball remains in place. User manipulates ball with thumb. Actually, my friend used to have a mouse with that ball thing inside of it. I always thought it was weird. Like she said it was to prevent like the wrist injuries that like you can suffer from gaming. But not from gaming, but it's like if you use mouse too much, your wrist can get an injury. Forgot carpal tunnel, right? And it's like the ball's supposed to help with that. But like either way, it just like seems goofy. Trackball reduces physical movement user needs. Navigate and make a desk space. Trackball is more ideal than traditional mouse. Joystick is a point-and device. Joystick provides precise control over movement and action in digital environment. This makes them popular for fighting simulators, cranes, driving games, and other applications like war. Like example, if you need to bomb some Palestinian children, give a guy a joystick and he can just like, whoa. Because joystick accommodate larger and more deliberate movements, they are beneficial for individuals with tremors and unsteady hands. They also reduce the strain and pain comes with repetitive movements, making them ideal for individuals with sternitis carpal tunnel syndrome. Carpal tunnel syndrome. Touchpad is flat, touch-sensitive device built laptops and keyboards, allows users to control cursor on the screen, sliding their finger across the surface. Apart from the surface for cursor control, touchpad also features a button to emulate the action of traditional mouse, such as right-click, left-click. Most people see touchpad as better alternative to mouse because they significantly enhance navigation by supporting multi-touch gesture like pinch, zoom, two-finger scrolling, tap to click, and three-finger swipe. To be fair, when you're gaming, touchpad is fucking trash because when you try to zoom in on something, that's fucking impossible, you know? When you have to like right-click and then left-click, ooh, that's difficult. Ideal for individuals with low arm or hand movement because the forelimb is almost always stationary while using it. You know what's terrible for carpal tunnel syndrome? At least I think so. Because whenever I'm trying to practice to draw with my little like tablet and a pen, oh boy, after like 2 hours, my hand hurts so fucking bad. It's unbelievable. What kind of device? Trackball joysticks. Output? No. Point and device. Again, I didn't read. Yeah. Which device supports multi-touch gestures, pinch, zoom, touchpad? Which point and device is primarily designed for games and specific industrial applications? Joystick. Screen magnifiers are tools that help people with low vision and other visual impairments. Well, I need it right now because I'm wearing glasses right now as we speak, which is it sucks. Work by enlarging text. Yeah, it's right here. Oh, it is larger text. Actually, let's look. No, I could like take off my glasses and read like this, I guess. To be fair, it's kind of like because I already put on the glasses, it's already blurry. It's already kind of blurry, so I would like prefer to. Fine. Screen magnifiers are dual impairment. Let's delve deeper in digital access. Screen magnifiers work by enlarging text, graphics, and other elements on computer or mobile device screen. Many screen magnifiers allow users to enlarge the display by more than 200%. Users can then navigate the pages in their pointing device or keyboard. Additionally, most magnifiers offer customizable zoom percentages and other features in their settings. Screen magnifiers primarily help you with low vision, read text in small fonts in documents application. They help user locate, click on buttons, links, tralala. Therefore, software developers need to make digital using scalable fonts so user can resize the page without layout breaking. Sure, and user interface adapts to a different screen size through responsive design. And you wanna go to Joe? Yeah, I know. Not gone. Gonna Charlie Joe. Charlie Joe. Charlie Joe. Charlie Joe. Ensures the user's interface adapts different fonts, implement non-sticky and tiny navbar so users can see content when using magnifiers. Using regular HTML text instead of images of text. Oh yeah, providing feedback directly next to the element that triggers it, and more. All mainstay operating systems have at least one magnifier built into them by their manufacturer. Mac OS, Android devices, Windows has magnifier. You can use it by going to settings, ease of access magnifier. Linux operating system, zoom or magnifier. Zoom text for Windows, yeah. Providing text to speed, wait. You know that call paint bulbs room in museum? Yeah. What's up with them? What's up, Mackenzie? What's with the paint bulb room? How do most screen magnifiers work? By providing text-to-speech functionality, enlarging text graphics elements mobile. I did the challenge for fun. Normal master mode, no skills unlocked, no shrines taken. Brings the pink bulb obs away to phase 2. Kuroki, throw it in her face. That was some silly fun. Well, the way I would do it is that like I would no skills unlocked, no shrines taken. Bring the I mean skips are still unlocked, right? So you can essentially climb to the museum thing, grab the pink bulb, run down, go to the elevator, and from the elevator go to karaoke. That's the quickest way. If you wanted the longest way, fight all the way through the thing, run back to the thing, grab the bulb, run back to the. No shortcuts allowed for my usual restrictions. Yeah. Okay, so then fight through the entire thing up until you can go all the way up. Run back, grab the bulb, run back up again. Run back up again, go into the room, drop the bulb, fight people, pick up the bulb again, go next room, drop the bulb, fight people, pick up the bulb, drop bulb, fight people, until you get to karaoke. Which sounds alright as a challenge. Should developer use the digital product friendly to screen magnifiers? You use big font, disable zoom in to keep or rely on images to convey information, makes their page respond to different screen sizes. No weapons aside from one bulb throw, no focus, etc. Since halfway through the level is a point of no return and you lose access to the bulb, you might as well grab it when you first get to it. But the point of a challenge is to bring it through as much of the level as you can. But yeah, it was pretty fun. Yeah, that's like one of those challenges for games that I kind of don't get. I don't get getting so good at the game where you put like unnecessary limitations. Like I'm fighting Shifu, but one arm tied behind my hand, my dick to the taser. Okay, every time I get hit, I get tased in my dick. Let's go. You know, it's I don't get that. I don't get that. That's not exactly my cup of tea. Where the phone is third party screen magnifier? What? Third party. I assume it's Linux. It is either zoom or magnifier. I meant it more. I mean, if you wanted to like taser yourself, you don't necessarily need to directly point at the genitals, you know. But sometimes, that was just an extreme version, Mackenzie. You know, just the most extreme you can get was a challenge, I guess. Voice recognition software helps people with disabilities interact with computer. Yeah, behold, computer, scroll down. Huh? Computer, scroll up. Huh? Computer, put me in a bikini. Okay. Voice recognition software helps people with disabilities interact with computers and other digital devices. Let's discuss that. I founded the Bull brand because another streamer invented it yesterday, and I said I would record my attempt of it. Cool. Voice recognition software helps people with disabilities interact with computers and other digital devices. Let's discuss that what voice recognition software is. Context of stability voice recognition tools let people with disabilities use their voice to pass commands. Traditional keyboard and mice includes writing emails and other documents, surfing the net, controlling smart home devices. Computer, scratch my balls. Because voice recognition software tools eliminates the need for physical interactions. They empower people with disabilities with significant independence. And control over their environment. Here are specific people who may find voice recognition software significantly helpful. People with visual impairment, including those with low vision or blindness, individual with mobility impairment, such as limited to use of hands, arms, or condition like arthritis, carpal tunnel syndrome. Those recovered from hand or arm injuries. Individuals with cognitive disorders like memory issues or attention deficit disorder, elderly. I actually can't imagine. I guess you can because like Alexa set the timer for 20 minutes. Um, Name it. Go feed the cat. You worthless bam. You worthless bum. Note that people with disabilities are not the only ones who use voice recognition technology. Law enforcement agency, gamers, drivers, and busy professionals also use voice recognition tools. Yeah, they go, hey Siri, set alarm for 5 in the morning. Recognition for voice windows. What are the main input devices that voice recognition software replaces? Wait, what? Keyboard and mice, yeah. Which of the following would be least likely to benefit from voice recognition software? I feel like everybody would. I guess. Okay, so leg. Which of the following is not voice recognition software? Dragon, Audacity, voice control. I feel like it's Dragon. Really? Okay. Fuck. Okay. That was more of a guess, and I don't know why I need to know that, honestly. Accessibility is a crucial yet often overlooked aspect of digital content. When making your digital content accessible, it's important to ensure it meets accessibility standards. Accessibility audit tool is an application that helps you improve accessibility of your digital content by reporting accessibility issues that can be easily found throughout automated testing. This content includes website, web application, and mobile apps. And mobile apps, it important to know that while automated accessibility tools have a role in improving accessibility, the typical will only find about the third of all possible accessibility issues. Therefore, it is important to not to rely on them entirely to evaluate accessibility of your content. Manual testing, preferability by people with disabilities will always be required to ensure that your content is accessible to as possible. Let's look at some free tools to help you accessibility. Google Lighthouse, popular web metric checker, you can use directly within Chrome. DevTools or online. This means you can check not only live websites but also locally developed ones. It's pretty cool. Metric you can check includes accessibility CEO, SAO, best practices and performance. To use Lighthouse, open your DevTools, press F12. Cool. Select metric you want to check. Choose. Wait. Switch to Lighthouse tab. I have no idea where the Lighthouse tab is. Lighthouse tab. Which? Oh, there it is. Actually, okay. Oh shit! They have an app for phones. Oh fuck! I am on phone right now. Okay, that's crazy. Yo, 48% performance. That's not good. Largest contentful paint. I have no idea. Total blocking time 400 milliseconds. Speed index 9 milliseconds. Font display. So it's like very inefficient somehow. Minify JavaScript. Reduce unused CSS. Avoid enormous network payload. You see that they told me exact 100% accessibility. That's crazy. Best practice, browser errors were locked to the console, issues were locked to issues panel. SEO pages blocked from indexing. Okay. Cool. I get to test out what their website is now. That's pretty cool. Accessibility score will appear after you check. Page speed. Downside is that it doesn't support testing local website. You access web version on pagespeed.web. Wave is another reliable accessibility checker you can use as Chrome extension or on web. All you need to do is enter URL of your website and comprehensive accessibility report will be generated for you. To use IBM Accessibility Checker as a Chrome extension downloaded from Chrome Web Store, open DevTools by pressing F12 and select the Accessibility Checker. Which of these best describes accessibility auditing tool? It automatically fixes all accessibility issue. It evaluates how accessible your digital content is. Which of these describes how you can use either? This application can be used without any development or integration. It exclusively for mobile apps. It can be used as a Chrome extension, Firefox add-on. I assume that. Which of these is the limitation of using web? It provides unreliable metrics, tests local website, can't test local websites. It doesn't support mobile testing. Okay. Cool. Cool. Oh, finally we get some code. Crazy. That's crazy one. You previously learned about proper heading level structure. Now you will learn how a good heading structure affects accessibility. Proper use of heading hierarchy uses navigate logical heading hierarchy allows screen readers to use structure, accurately describe content that follows, help everyone find information they need on your site. As an additional benefit, well-formed heading may also improve SEO. Can go up to 6. That's crazy. This heading is a foundation of the site. Without good foundation, the accessibility of your content will suffer. Let's look at how you can make your web project friendly for people. Heading arranging from H1 to H6 create navigational structure for screen readers users. Correctly arranging heading is important for helping these users avoid unnecessary content and find information they are looking for quickly. Ongoing disabilities need to process information quickly and easy to reduce cognitive load. While proper arrangement of heading is important, it is also necessary to make heading text clear and descriptive. Here are some key practices to follow to use heading properly. Use heading hierarchies that reflects clear organization. For example, page title should be H1. Major section should be introduced H2 heading, subsection with H3 and so on down to H6. Don't skip from H1 to H3 or from H2 to H4 and so on. Use clear descriptive text that summarize content that follows each heading. Don't use heading in isolation. Some content must follow the heading. Use appropriate heading where necessary instead of formatting text to look like heading. Okay. Each page should have single H1 element representing the main topic of the title. Here's the basic markup. Cool. Oh, actually, one thing about websites and so on and so forth. I've actually wait, what the fuck is this? That's what I was looking for, but I'm curious about this. So this website 404 not found. Like, I used to read manhwas on this website. Oh, that's what it is? Yuck. I used to read manhwas on this website. And here it just shows me that it's like 404 not found. But on my phone, it instead shows me that it's like essentially this website. Oh, there it is actually, yeah. Manga website dev, website design development, invoice, payment not received, website suspended, notice of suspension overdue. Damn, this is kind of cool actually. This is a very cool design. I like the fact that it's kind of like a cool. Website design development services delivered, total due 30k. That's fucking crazy actually. Excuse me, 30 fucking k. Damn. No shit. Outside bound services were delivered under agreed terms. This website remains offline until the invoice is settled in full. Once payment is confirmed, access will be restored promptly. And then they link a fucking Bitcoin wallet. All work developed by manga website dev remains intellectual property of developer until the invoice is paid in full accordance with agreement, term, and service. It's so crazy that they somehow defaulted on a payment or something. It's like essentially the website is taken down by the development, and they're like, nope, you gotta pay us 30k. you gotta pay us 30k, otherwise, sorry, no fish. Also, fucking great design. I really like this UI. Like I now that I look at this, it's kind of dope actually. And I'm like 99% certain they will never see the fucking money. Excuse me, 30,000? That sounds fucking a lot. Like I didn't even realize I like on the phone I didn't see this 30k. I only saw that like, oh, manga website team website suspended because they didn't pay. Payment not received. I didn't see this 30k outstanding balance. That's fucking a lot. In this regard, I'm actually wondering if this like website will ever teach us about how to like get URLs and stuff. Like, wait, because I never got it. Where do you need to go to get URL? Like, I know that there's some services that sell URLs. Hey KJ, I'm just like talking about like where do you get URLs for the websites? Because I know that some services sell it. I don't know why, but for a while when I was like watching YouTube videos, all of my content creators were like recommending me a website creating website where they're like, if you ever wanted to create a website, go here. Okay, it's essentially like you can like easily assemble it. It's like Build-A-Bear. They will sell you the fucking URL as well. And it's like, and I was like, wow, that's insane. I don't need a website. I don't know why is it that, like, you assume that people from your like YouTube saying from your YouTube channel are so interested in the websites apparently. But apparently that's what the marketing team decided. They're like, this channel is very, it's gonna be super influential in people who want to make a website but don't want to code. How does proper heading structure help those using screen readers? Allow screen readers to navigate, skip different sections. Why is it important to use heading properly for users who rely on keyboards? Improve visual appeal to the page allows users to print web page, jump between sections without needing tabs through every link. Skip it from H1, save time. Wait, best practice for using heading web page. Use clear, distinctive text, summarize following content. Well, what? Okay. I was like, none of this sounds right. Yeah, there's a lot of this stuff. Okay, to be fair, wait, no, wait, what? So debug code and journey block page. Working is accessible tablet and forums. Build tech conference schedule table. Okay, let's check it out. Okay. Majority learning code, start learning code, accessibility matters. So contact me. So Camperbot has created code and journey blog page, but it looks like the page has some accessibility issues and bad practices. Your job in this workshop is to fix these issues for Camperbot. First set of errors has to deal with the use of heading in prior lesson. You learned that one H1 per page, but it looks like Camperbot using few H1s. Yeah, right here. Leave alone and change every single other one to H2. Gotcha. Okay, so this is the first one. Okay, gotcha. I was expecting this. I was suspecting this is gonna be one of those things. They're gonna ask us to debug the code, and they're gonna be like, "Yo, too many H1s." It looks like there are still some issues with use of heading on the page. If you look at the first div element, there are two H3 elements use subheadings. A better practice would be to use H3 elements for the subheadings since they are level below H2. Change the two H3 to H2 H4 to H3. Damn, not 34. Cool. In a second post, H5 element is being used. Appropriate use H3 elements here. Okay. I mean, they did say that like, oh, I guess it is skipping. Okay. Because I was like, well, technically he was using H2, I don't know. He was using H2s and H4 immediately without H3. Yeah, makes sense. As I was going to say, well, H4, H5 makes sense. Below the main title of the page, there is a navigation section that contains links to each blog post. This section should be wrapped in a nav element to indicate its purpose. As a navigation link. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yay. Yuppie. Yuppie. Wait, what? Oh, okay. I guess. Okay, my bad. I thought the navigational element would be in under the H2 element. In a blog page, there are a total of 3 blog posts wrapped inside generic div element, but it would be better use semantic element to wrap each post to an article element. Okay. So each separate one of these is an article. Gotcha. Since the entire section contains blog posts, represents the main content of the page, it should be wrapped in the main element. This helps the screen reader. Okay. To be fair, this song, I still think it's kind of cringe that I was listening to this as a kid, as a teenager. But honestly, kind of slaps. I'm not gonna lie, like, that was kind of vibing with it. For the last part of the workshop, there are a few changes needed for the context session. The first change wraps the context session in the footer element. Not that difficult. Frank footer. Oh, wrong thing. Right now, H3 hidden, but it should be H2. Born around. I wonder. There, cup. Leave them alone. Tell it, honey. I'm bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. Oh yeah, it's just like email at like copy and paste this one. Last change example of a code, but we can take an example of a code. Change it up. Mail to camperbot.io. Oh, wrong thing. Yours alone. Honey. I'm bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. You know, I actually was wondering, I think, before I started learning this, how is it that like I'll click a link and this automatically like transports me to an email? Like how does my browser know to open my email? And now we have an explanation. It's like there's literally a command. Hey, open the email thing, idiot. When we see a table, we immediately start making visual association between the data and the header. For example, let's say we have a table representing our pets. We have 2 dogs and 2 cats. The table is showing their names and ages, while a sighted person may be able to understand the relationship in this table, making the connection between the values and the header is much harder for people who use screen readers to navigate the table. As a web developer, you are in charge of creating the associations and structuring your HTML markup in a way that is also easy for screen readers to interpret. So let's see how you can create accessible tables that everyone can understand. The first best practice that we will cover is using table caption. With caption element, you can write caption or title of a table. Sandwich. Okay, so caption or pets. Yeah. Caption, our pets, T head, name, age, type. T head, T body, Nora 5 dog. Okay. After opening table element, then inside table head, T head element, it has a column headers name, age, type. In the second and third row inside the table body, we find data. Yeah. Headers because they are inside the table header element th. Okay. Associating the data cells with their corresponding header is also very important for screen readers. The scope attribute determines if header is row headed or column header. Screen readers may guess this correctly from table structure, but it's usually recommended to explicitly indicate scope to ensure clarity. The scope attribute has 4 possible values. The 2 you will use most often are column, and row. In the code below, you can see that we added scope attribute to column and row headers. The 3 column headers, name, age, type, have a scope of column. The 2 rows header Nora Gino scope of row. Okay, I see. Gotcha. If a column of a row header If a column or a row header spans across multiple cells, the scope will also be applied to each one of the cells individually. Here's an example of that. So scope column, name, age. Okay. Row span 2 for dogs. Okay. For row. Okay. So these 2 are dogs. These 2 are cats, and it's indicated through scope of row span 2. Okay. In this table, the cell Nora age 5. Yeah, I got you. I got you, baby girl. You don't need to explain everything so easily. However, some screen readers may not be able to interpret tables with complex structures. So you should also try to flatten the table as much as possible to avoid row and column headers that span across multiple cells. Your goal should always be to make sure users can access this information even if their screen readers can handle complex table structures. Now, for cell vids, it's recommended to avoid using fixed values. You should use relative values instead of like percentages. Also, try to avoid defining cell height. This will allow users to adjust the text size to fit their needs. And finally, you should let the browser determine the table width whenever possible to reduce the need for horizontal scrolling. Yeah. HTML tables are essential for presenting structured data in an accessible and understandable format. By forming these accessibility guidelines, you can create tables that are easy to understand for everyone. Which is the element is used to specify title of a table? Yeah? No? Fuck, caption. What's the purpose of the scope attribute in a table cell th? To indicate whether specifies a call span or row span. No. Wait. No. 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 To indicate whether the header applies to row or column. To define styles to the head cells, to tooltip, whatever. Which of the following is the best practice for creating accessible tables using complex and long table headers? Not provide alternative text using simple table structure with row column and headers. Cool. Do, 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 do. Labels on input fields might seem like a small detail, but they play a crucial role in making the form easier for everyone to use. Labels help people with disabilities make form more user friendly. So label for name your name. Text ID name. Let's dive into why adding labels to input. Oh, I thought we moved past labels. I thought labels were a necessary thing of the bygone era. Thought we were beyond label, just labeling people. Everybody can be whatever they want. Yeah. So dumb. Adding the woke one to the fucking programming language. Like, why do you need labels? It's for accessibility, idiot. Screen readers often rely on labels to describe the purpose of the input fields. In order for this to work properly, the label must be programmatically associated with input. While there are several ways to do that, the most common is to use HTML label element. Here's how to associate labels with input. In this example, the for attribute of the label element is associated with ID of the input element. This connection allows screen readers to announce label when input is in the focus state. Okay. So for name, your name. Okay. Okay. Sure. Because I feel like just yesterday, well, which I mean, a couple of lessons ago, they were just telling us like, just skip this part. Like I said, it's like input name. Like kind of like this, wrong? Associating with all input fields also benefits SEO. With proper label, search engine will understand the page content better, leading to positive impact on the page search and ranking. Or better ways for AI to scrape your data. It's important to understand that you making content for humans, not search engines. So you should make sure labels are clear and descriptive as possible. Why is adding labels to input elements important? Accessibility. Provide visual styling, help screen readers describe the purpose of input fields. They enable input fields accept multiple types of data. Give both elements the same name attribute. What is the content? Correct way to permanently associate labels. Same name attribute. No. For an ID, yeah. Besides accessibility, what is another benefit of associating labels with inputs? It makes page loading faster. It helps search engine better understand the page content. You know what's driving me crazy? I've for past 3 days been talking to a ghost girl on Tinder, and today I opened Tinder, and she's no longer there, and I'm like, fuck, what? Please, what, bruh? I was talking to you for 3 days, and you gone. Goddamn, unbelievable. I don't think I fumbled anything. At least I don't think I said anything so far. We were just talking about our interest, which apparently was video games. I feel like she probably was the government agent that was trying to like set me up. She was trying to set me up, and then she was like, "Damn, this guy is too stupid to bomb a mosque or something." You know, we cannot blame him for a terrorist attack. So we're gonna have to wrap this thing up. Uh, start coding. By an H1 tech conference schedule. Start by adding table element below your H1 element. Inside of the table element, add caption. Okay. Below, add caption element with text schedule by track time. I like rock and roll. I love rock and roll. Like this is me off a little bit because mostly because like you know if we didn't start a conversation, if like we didn't have like entire conversations, you know, and then she was gone, I would be like, oh yeah, whatever. But because she's gone after we had like 3 days worth of conversation, I'm like, are you fucking kidding? What, bro? Um. Anyway, table, right? Okay. So okay, it looks fucked. Scheduled by track and time, but it's look fucked. Start by adding T head element below caption. Yeah, her fly came from my head and she ain't on my head. Shotgun. Bang, bang, bang straight to my heart. She shot me, she shot me, bang bang, she shot me, she shot me, she shot me, bang bang, she shot me, bang, she shot me, bang bang, she shot me, she shot me, bang bang. Hot heat is scorching and softly. Even she said, call me then. Testing, testing. They see that you're interested. Such a banger song. Inside of your TR element, add 4 TH elements. I think that's enough. Actually, fuck all up. Straight through my heart. She got me, she shot me, bang bang, she shot me, shot me, she shot me, bang bang, she shot me. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Bang bang. So have text time, track 8, track wait. The first yeah, okay, time. Track A. Track B. Fuck. Track B. Track C. You know, today I got on a video which was like assassination class, like assassination school or something. It was like apparently a comic. No. I know there's like a manga that's called Assassination Classroom or something. I was like, that's it's a weird coincidence, I guess. But like that one is a comic, and I was watching it while I was working on like a 3D model, and the comic was bad. Like it was genuinely, I think, one of the worst comics I've heard about. Like it just it feels like a school shooter fantasy more than anything. Like, ooh, what if like edge lord, you know, school shooter. Actually, hold up, can I? Oh, it's called Killer High. Yeah, yeah. Killer High. There's a movie. What was the movie like? Sabrina perfectly planned high school reunion goes south when monster keeps killing all the guests. No, that's not it. Killer High comic. Who wrote it? I just want to know. Writer Mats. Okay, what French? Okay, makes sense. Uh Du Pomme de la Tête. Okay, is a headshot. The link is red, so it's not gonna give you anything. Okay. Killer, Cyclops. Warner Bros. Publisher. Best indie book. I mean, is the Killer is a good one or like here's the thing? If the Killer High is like anything to go by, this gotta be trash. But like, I don't know. Headshot, which we can find. Dominique, which we also can find. Best comic you didn't read. Wait, but like not none of this is listed as Killer High though. Am I crazy? Like the Killer High is not listed among the works. What the fuck? No, no. Okay, so I clicked the Killer thinking no, no. Killer. Okay, hold up. Like I was halfway through the fucking video before I was like, this is garbage. Oh, school is called Deadly Class. Okay, I was wrong. Deadly Class. 2014. Who wrote this? Action comic book by Rick Remender. What other work he has? Uncanny X Force, Uncanny Avengers, Captain America. Huh, that's unusual. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's the one. Oh, that's the one where they kill the kid. Oh, that makes so much sense. That's the one where a kid gets killed and like Deadpool goes like, "Yo, why the fuck did you literally just kill a child?" And then Wolverine goes like, "Yeah, it has to be done." Ah, oh, Fear Agent. He wrote EA's Dead Space? Yo, that's fucking crazy actually, excuse me. And Bulletstorm. Wait, they made the television series Deadly Class? Because I like halfway through the comic, I was like, this is so bad. I was like, this is literally terrible. Like I cannot keep like listening to this. What's his like reputation? What's his reputation for like the What's Deadly Class like? Did people like it? Book series. I'm gonna open Going Book series as well, but like set in late 1980s. The Sony Picture and the series picked up 10 episodes, filming took place in Vancouver, obviously. Premiered special preview online. Received mixed reviews from critics, with many praising the cast, visuals, and choreography, while criticizing tone and pacing. Series cancelled. Okay. No. Dominion Atelier of Deadly Arts. Secret boarding school in San Francisco. As they train, become announced last storyline took place 49 through 56 issues. Well, it wasn't received well because as I was listening to it, I was like, this is biggest piece of shit I ever met in my life. Like I was like genuinely like, who made this? Okay, back to this thing. The scope attribute is used to specify whether a header cells is header for row, column, or group of row of columns. Here's an example. Yeah. For all th elements, scope attribute with value of call. Okay, that's not hard. Cool. Next few steps, you will build out body table. Then inside, add a TR element. Oh fuck. Double T. Okay, we're good. Inside TR element, add TH element with text of 9 AM. Add 3 TD elements with text keynote, tech feature, interest to web. Okay. I'm doing extra work. I shouldn't be doing extra work. I should be making it simpler. And then add TDs with 3 TD. 1, 2, 3. This could be simplified, but I didn't do it because I'm stupid. Keynote future. Intro to web development. UX for all. Cool. A little bit large. Oh, it kind of merges. It would be nice if there was space. Another value for scope attribute is row, which indicates that header cell is header for its entire row. Inside your th element, add scope attribute value of row. Ah, fuck, I missed. How did I misspell that? Jesus Christ. Yippee. Now it's time to add another row to the table. Start by adding another tr element. Inside the tr element, add th element with scope of set to row, text content, and 3 TDs. Okay, so we can just copy and paste this. But did they? No, they only said Tiro without T-body. Now it's 10 a.m. Um, accessibility deep dive, CSS for beginners, and inclusive design principle. Yippee! Next at third row table. Okay, so it's the same thing again. 11 a.m. With the scope attribute row, add a TD element with text content break. Oh, so only one. Okay. Cool. Right now, TD element with text content break only spans one column, but it would be nice to span all three. Yay. Wait, but it didn't change anything. I would expect if it was like call span 3, it would be like at least somewhere in the middle. Or like, I don't know. Another TR element inside TR element, add TH element with scope set to row. Fuck you, god damn it. I don't know why I was so pissed off. Oh, but they said inside of the same element? Sarah and TR inside the... No, okay. Just another one. But it's again the same thing. That's why I was like, kind of like, damn. I already got the lesson. You need to do it multiple times. Cool. Next at it fifth row. The fifth one? Again? Start by another TR element inside of the TR element at TH element. 1230. Then below add TD element with text content of lunch break. Okay. They are. I feel like they are trying to like trick me a little bit, but like, I don't know how, but I sense it. I have a hunch. Somewhere in my ass crack there's a hunch. they're trying to trick me. I don't know how, but I'll figure it out. Can't trick me for long. What is this? What did I do wrong? Yeah, it is 12:30. What? Oh, it's PM. Okay. My bad. The last step is to add one more row to the table. 2 p.m. Okay. God, these lyrics are so as they're great. I pick my ball hair, make sure it's all there. Fucking it's so good. Eminem never change, please. Oh, the rhyme is so good. It's got to be illegal. Local charity has built a nation form website, but there are several issues that need to be fixed. The form isn't accessible and has HTML syntax error. Your job is to fix all errors so the form works correctly and is accessible to all users. Leave the items user stores below. Click check your code to see if it fixes all the errors. Oh, they have closing tags? Okay. Some of them didn't have it actually. It's weird. Oh, I'm already seeing the problem. So the full name instead of it's doesn't have the label thing. Yeah. Subscribe, okay. I think subscribe is supposed to be different level here, but might be wrong. But yeah, label and email. Wait. Yeah. God, these fucking these rhymes are so good. It's unbelievable. Oh fuck. I love. Oh fuck. Why did I do that? I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. Oh god. I'm dumb. Jesus Christ. That was so stupid. The fuck. Okay. You should associate each label element with its corresponding input. Oh fuck, not ID 4. It's supposed to be 4. Except subscribe, I think. Could be wrong. Wait, actually? Okay, hold. Add the required attribute to the text email number input fields, but not the checkbox or submit button. Okay, that makes sense now. Oh, add required. Fuck. Okay, I'm wrong. I was a little bit wrong. Hold on a second. Oh fuck. Well, they just said not to the checkbox, right? Okay. But label is a close thing, right? You need to close it. Donation amount label. The dollar sign is fucking hilarious. Nice, we're back. Okay. So you should have exactly 5 input elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. You should have exactly 4 label elements. 1, 2, 3. I guess there does need to be a label for checkbox. Checkbox for oh, newsletter just doesn't have a name. Huh, wait a minute. Subscribe label newsletter type checkbox not required. Our first input required attribute, yes. Subtext full name required. Yes. Subtext subscribe, yes. You should associate every input element with label element. Yes. Using for and ID attribute. Okay, maybe that's where I got it wrong. So I think I just need to hold up. Let's rename this to ID. Oh, yeah. And do the same again, essentially. Oh. Type amount. Fuck. Again, ID email and ID name. Name email. I assume this is supposed to be right. Your input for the email should be of type email. Yes. Yes. Your checkbox input not have required attribute. Button should not have required attribute. Yes. Feel like I did everything. Yay! We did it. First try. First try. Let's go, baby. I wonder if changing that oh. Closing window. Turn on the lights. Okay. I wonder if changing that subscriber thing was wise or not. I feel like I mean I didn't particularly change much, but that's a wonder. Continue learning. The fuck is this? Why aria and how does it work? Making static content accessible can be relatively straightforward, but dynamic content can be more challenging. This is where I can't pronounce it. I have no idea. Let's look at its purpose, how it works, and some examples. Stands for Web Accessibility Initiative, accessible, rich internet applications. It's specifications that enhance accessibility for dynamic content and user interface components. Note that are not the same. Provide general guidelines for web accessibility while offer specific rules for making dynamic interactive content accessible for users of assistive technologies. For the primary purpose. Oh, you know it's weird thing that it's gonna be a small tangent. But recently I saw a video about essentially apparently so number one, Trump apparently stopped having what's it called, stop having like interpreters at his like speeches, and there is a chance that the reason he stopped doing that is because he apparently hates his name um in sign language, which apparently in sign language apparently the way the names work in sign language is that they'll do like is that like essentially because like they kind of need to agree on what name to give you, and like one deaf person has to give you a name, and that's your name from now on. Some bullshit, I'm not gonna lie, it's weird. Because okay, and like we'll get on a tangent why later, but apparently he's like his name is like you go to your forehead and make like a fucking hairs like simulate his hair, which is his name, uh and he might not like it that people make fun of his hair, and that might be the reason why he stopped using interpreters during his speeches, um which is interesting theory. And does it support it? I mean, I don't know, whatever. But I'm more want to talk about how much of a weird thing this is in like apparently deaf community, where they're like have to give you a name. Like there's not like a list. There's not like a list of like names you could pick from. Like the person was describing that she would like had to like learn to spell her name like letter by letter, and then like eventually somebody gave her a name of like H plus beautiful, so that was her name, which is like okay, weird. uh no, it's kind of sounds like that like Native American fucking folklore where it's like like when they invited a white man, they would just call him white man until he did something noble, and then they gave him a name, and then his name was like fucking was like fucking dumb warrior or something. I don't know, like but it's like they have to give you a name. They have to give you a name. There's not like a list of some sort of like first letters, for example. Like ha, or like I mean you already can do like letter by letter, right? But then like you can't do like a like this guy is ha, this guy is who, and there's another guy who's like girl, I guess, another girl whose name is like Hannah. So now you have like two ha's, but then like you go ha n, I don't know, like something like that. I feel like you're gonna run out of names real quick if it's like H beautiful. How many like beautiful can you have then? Like 26, 26 beautiful people before you go like fuck. Well, I guess you're gonna be H ugly. Like sorry, H beautiful was already taken. But it feels dumb. It feels dumb and stupid, and that's partially. And it's partially already influenced by the fact that I'm partially, no disrespect to deaf people, okay? No disrespect to deaf people. But the fact that it's like became like a community thing where like people gather up together to the point where it's like there's like deaf culture, that's what makes me kind of like, really? That's weird. Like it's a like again, no respect to deaf people, right? They're either born or acquired like a disability that essentially makes them like unproductive, not unproductive. Fuck, sorry. Makes them what do you say? How do you say it? Like makes them struggling in the society? And like disabled, obviously, like disabled within the society. Like they have a problem within the society because like essentially everybody can hear and they cannot, you know, and so they have to like adjust to it. It's very sad, you know. But essentially one of the things that I'm thinking about is, for example, like whenever I'm thinking about this culture is, for example, one thing that I'm thinking about is apparently there's a beef between deaf people who can hear because of the surgery and deaf people who cannot hear because they don't take the surgery or cannot have a surgery. So like essentially like the deafness like varies, right? Because some people can like get their deafness fixed and some people cannot get their deafness fixed, right? And so some deaf people essentially are against other people taking the surgery because it like excludes them from the community, like they leave the community, they're traitors to the community. But essentially what it actually is that they're jealous, I think. Here, like the way it sounds to me is the fact that like your deaf ass cannot hear the sounds, right? And this guy who's also deaf can, like he can suddenly like hear sounds, and so you're just jealous and being petty, okay? Like objectively speaking, there shouldn't be a deaf community because we would fix deafness altogether. I remember there was being like videos that I was watching talking about um like essentially Down syndrome and how like a couple was like planning to abort their Down syndrome baby, and like how they were discussing about disability, like the video was discussing about disabilities, how we treat disability and stuff like that, and like how essentially like and during that videos they touched the idea of like should we, like, if given the chance, make it so that like there's no more deaf people and we disappear the deaf community? And I say yes. Like no ifs and buts about it. It's a disability. It's a disability that doesn't like benefit you. Like yeah, okay, you build a community around the disability, but like what? So we should like we should build a community around like every guy who's like missing an eye, you know? Like well, like we should build a community around like a bald people, right? Like every bald guy gathers around together in the community, and then if we find like a cure for baldness, they all will be like no, how dare you take away baldness from me, how dare you disappear our beautiful community of bald heads, our egg egg community, how dare you take it away from us? No, this fucking gun wiped away, boom. Like I just don't get like I get the idea that you're struggling and you group up together for like, you know, essentially uplift each other because it's, you know, you are struggling. It is a disability. There's no ifs and buts about it. That's why you're grouping up. That's why, to share about the common struggle, right? That makes sense. But if then suddenly somebody proposes, hey, here's how to get rid of the struggle, you shouldn't go, no, I like to hang around those people, you know? It's like, I don't know. It sounds so fucking dumb in my opinion. There's like there is like even fucking arguments about like oh, should we perhaps like what will happen to the deaf community if we create a cure for deafness? Will the deaf community disappear? Yes. The answer is yes, it will disappear. If all deaf people start taking the cure, yes, it will disappear. And guess what? If all deaf people take the cure, like, I'm not arguing to force them to take the cure, right? I'm not like fucking like running up behind a deaf person, injecting them with fucking experimental drug, you know, just making sure that just suddenly they like hear every single sound around them. No. But like, if we create like a foolproof solution to deafness, right? And then we propose it to the deaf community and be like, yo, do you want this? And then if like 99.9% of them accept it, nobody forced them to, you know, they accepted the cure. just objectively, that's how it happens. Now, if it's like, no, none of them accepts it. Well, I mean, you know, that's also fair. No, nobody's gonna force them to. It's just more of like, if we find the cure and we go like, hey, do you want to hear? And every single one of them goes yes. Fuck the community existence. Fuck the existence of the dev community. Who fucking needs it? Instead, now you have a bunch of people who can just hear a baby crying on the plane. Beautiful. Just as God intended. On a 10-hour flight, you hear the fucking drumming of the plane engine constantly, the baby crying, you cannot fall asleep. Let them join us, in this fucking grease and muck. I'm now like constantly listening to the humming of my own fridge in my room. It's fucking so loud, it's unbelievable. I put on headphones most of the time just to like drown out the noise. Anyway, back to the fucking thing. It just disappears at that community. I wiped it out. Gone. But just like this argument is like, I've seen it so many times, and it's always about these like fucking, like, to the point where people are like, oh, we shouldn't use disabled, we should use differently able. Bro, it's disabled. That's like, they cannot do something. They have a disability. Bro, too woke, too woke. Get back to basics. But get back to basics of like, we shouldn't kill them on sight. That's as far as it should go. We shouldn't call them deaf bastards to their face, so they can like read our lips and know exactly what we're saying. We shouldn't do that. We should know. We should just tell them, hey, keep up the struggle. We'll find the cure for you one day. It's funny. I'm a VTuber. It's not like they can fucking find, like, unless somebody else, somebody who can hear this, tells this to the deaf people. Like they will never find it out. Like, unless like somebody goes like, here, like, check this out. No, it's not like even here. They have to like specifically go to them like this motherfucker is saying that he gonna wipe you all out. That's the only way they can find it out. Unless they use like the auto captions on YouTube. Even then, I'm not sure it's gonna work. Yeah, back to the point. Improve accessibility for dynamic content and UI components that do not have native HTML equivalent. Area works by introducing a set of attributes you can add to HTML element to provide additional semantic information. These attributes are categorized into role, states, properties. An area role defines the purpose of an element within a website or web app. Here's an example of setting a role button for a div element. Let's put some juice. It's fucking really warm right now. Okay. Purpose of development role button. Okay. Click me. Yippee. By doing this, you are indicating to assistive technologies that the element is a button. Roles do not provide any functionality. However, merely given a role of a button will not make it act like merely given, because like, however, I kind of just read the same sentence. To make it look and behave like a button, you would need to use CSS, JavaScript to get desired result. Here's an example of HTML button. Cool. Role button. Click me. Right, so if you remove this, It doesn't work like a button. Hmm. Cool. Uh, it is always better to use a native button or input element with type equals button instead. Area properties provide additional details about element. For example, the area label labeled by labeled by property lets you connect element to a specific label. Button ID button, yeah. About header ID button, learn more. Area labeled by. So it labels it as header ID button ID. Okay, gotcha. I understand now. I understand now everything perfectly. Understandable and navigatable for users of assistive technologies. To get best out of, try to stick with native HTML whenever possible, since it generally provides more accessibility out of the box. Use only when HTML for short, and don't forget to test with assistive technologies like screen readers, or have people with disabilities test your work. Also, make sure your Vira states add properties update with content in real time. Avoid overusing ARIA, as it can often be confusing. A match of what? KJ, a match of what? What did you play? That's cool. What did you play? Like what game? Sudoku? Like chess? Like what were you playing? What is the primary purpose of attributes in HTML? To change visual appearance. Data. Okay. How does Vira work to enhance web accessibility by improving page load speed and introducing attributes that semantic information, but by introducing attributes that provide additional semantic information, web accessibility initiative, motherfucker. I think this one. Fuck. At least everything else is right. You serious? Okay. I almost dropped my headphones. Um. Damn. And you said you're not a toxic player. You said you're not a toxic player, KJ, and now you're telling me you made opponent rich quit. Wow, wow, wow. No, some of these interactive examples might include CSS, Java code. Don't worry about trying to understand this, the code. The previews are there to help illustrate some of the main points discussed in the lesson. To see the previews, you will need to enable the interactive editor. IRA stands for Accessible Rich Internet Application. IRA role specifies the semantic meaning of HTML elements. Web content has semantic, non-semantic languages based on where they convey meaning about content. Button, example, button. Main semantic HTML elements already have IRA code assigned by default. For example, the button element has default IRA code of a button. But non-semantic elements don't have a role. For example, screen readers will not know how to interpret purpose of div if you don't specify its role explicitly. To specify IRA role of an element, you just need to add the role attribute like this. Role equals IRA role. Our log session expires in 3 minutes. Value name of the role in IRA specification. Here's an example of role attribute with value of alert. Div class alert ID expire warning role alert. Okay. Okay, I get you. It's just descriptives for people with disabilities. Gotcha. It's important to note that specifying a role of element only does one thing. It informs assistive technologies of purpose of element. It does not add any functionality or behavior to an element. If people expect a role to behave certain way, it is up to you, the developer, to add that expected behavior. For example, adding a role of a button to a div does not automatically make it clickable with a mouse or usable with a keyboard. It is the responsibility of a developer to add the expected behavior. Yep. Live region roles, window roles. Aria label x squared plus. Okay. Role mass. You specify roles that don't have equivalent thematic element. For example, toolbar, tooltip, feed, mass, representation, none, presentation, none, and note. There are other similar roles, but they are most commonly used ones. This is an example of div with mass, area role. The div contains mathematical equation. Oh, and so they're labeling squared, but like this is actual text that you would see, and you also need the sub too, so you can see this. Interesting. You also notice that div has aria label attributes. The value of this attribute should be strings that represent the expression. Widget role defined purpose of functionality, interactive elements like scroll bar. Widget roles include scroll bar, search box, separator. When flexible, sliders, spin button, switch, tap panel. So you essentially you have to make this and then you label it additionally for the deaf, for the blind. I mean. Class search container role search. Type button area label submit search. Search. Gotcha. Some of these roles have equivalent semantic elements. Wow. You should prioritize semantic elements over role if there is one. For example, you should favor using HTML button elements over adding a role of a button to a div. Okay. Wait. Yeah, HTML button. Yeah, gotcha. Accessible web design, home article about contact. Wait. Hashtag banner. Okay, gotcha. Live region role define element with content that will change dynamically. This way, screen readers and other assistive technologies can announce changes to users with visual disabilities. The role includes alert, log, mark, status, and timer. No updates yet. Check status. Your upload is complete successfully. Nice. No update yet. Right, so it starts with no update yet. Does message. Okay. And then you have probably like all this code to make it your upload complete successfully on check. Window role define sub windows like pop-up model dialogues. These roles include cool. Huh. Window roles define sub window. This role alert dialogue in this file. Oh wait, what? Hold up. Custom dialogue aria model true. Dialogue title, dialogue class, div class dialogue, ID dialogue title, confirm action. Confirm action, are you sure? It opens a whole new thing. Huh, okay. And then it's yes and cancel. Oh, interesting. Hmm. And finally, we have abstract roles. These roles help organize documents. They're only meant to be used internally by a browser, not by developers. So you should know that they exist, but you shouldn't use them on your website or web application. Wait. As documents, they're only meant to be used internally by a browser, not by developers. So you should know that they exist, but shouldn't use them. Cool. With area roles, you can create accessible and inclusive web applications. They provide thematic information about the purpose and function of HTML elements. Screen readers and other assistive technologies use this information to help users understand content of your page and set expectation for how to use it, which helps ensure that that everyone can have a great user experience. Cool. To define visual appearance. Wait, which of the category area roles is used to define the purpose and behavior of subwindow like pop-up model dialogues? Um, wait, I guess. Which category of area roles is used to indicate dynamic context that must be announced to users? Ah, uh-huh. Guessing it is not nice. I'm not gonna lie. Also, it's kind of it's been 2 hours, 2 hours non-stop learning. What's this one? Oh, this one. What are the roles of area label? An area labeled by attribute? It is important to make sure that all users going those living with disabilities can access websites without issues. For people using screen readers, area label and area labeled by attributes provide crucial information about the page elements that might be unclear or invisible. Let's look at what area label and area labeled by attributes are and the roles they play in making web accessible to people with visual impairment and related disabilities. You'll notice both area label and area labeled by are prefixed with area. Aria? So what does that mean? ARIA stands for Accessible Rich Internet Application. It's a set of attributes prefixed with ARIA, which lets developers communicate the purpose of element to assistive purpose of elements to assistive technologies. Yeah, the ARIA label attribute is an invisible label for interactive element. It adds a text label to elements that screen readers can read. ARIA label is specifically useful for elements that do not have visible text but still need to be described by screen reader. For example, button with only icons open need area label to convey purpose. I class fast solid far magnifying glass. Search. Oh, okay. the search, and how it looks like magnified glass, I guess. In this case, screen reader may announce this button as search button, even so button only contains an icon. The ARIA label attribute tells screen readers that what's the text to use in place of the icon. If the button contains text search instead of an icon, then there would be no need for the ARIA label. Attribute as the text would provide the label for its button. For input labels, the ARIA label attribute provides label directly if there isn't visible label associated with the input. The ARIA labeled by attribute does the exact same thing as ARIA label attribute, but instead of defining text directly in the attribute, you use a reference to text that already exists on the page. The existing text must have an ID attribute, which will be used for reference value in ARIA labeled by attribute. Label by search button. Button type button, search button. In this case, hello? In this case, the text for the button is being used as a label for search input. Screen readers will announce that the input is something like search edit. If you later decide you want to change the button text to find, the label for the input will automatically be updated to the new text since it's references the button text. Okay, so ARIA labeled by search button. So to screen readers, they just like, okay, so whatever the search button ID says, it's that. Okay, gotcha. Now to explain it. Now I get it. Combine multiple ID values into a single ARIA labeled about by attribute value is also possible. Here's how it works. Span ID volume labels. Volume. Span ID volume detail. Adjust volume level. Volume adjust the volume level. Type range ARIA label by volume label volume detail. Volume adjust the volume level. Okay. For the sliders, the screen reader will look out for the content of volume level label and volume details element and announce volume adjust the volume level. Oh, okay. You've seen that both ARIA label and ARIA label by attributes help screen readers understand what elements do. So which one should you use? Since they both provide the same functionality, either can be used. Okay. But there may be few advantages using ARIA labeled by or ARIA labeled. If someone is using translation service, okay, translate content of your page, the text in ARIA label attribute may not always be translated. Using ARIA labeled by can also help prevent mismatch between visible label text and invisible label. For screen readers, screen reader users, since updating the visible text will automatically update the invisible label. ARIA label by can make it much easier to programmatically create complex invisible labels consisting of multiple sources of text. One last note, do not use ARIA label and ARIA label by on elements at the same time. In this case, the invisible label for the screen readers will always be determined, but ARIA labeled by and ARIA label will be completely ignored. Wouldn't it be useful then just to use ARIA labeled by no matter what? Just constantly use that instead of using ARIA label and for everything? For anything, I guess. You just replace everything ARIA labeled by. Just like constantly be like, okay, reference this, you know. It's like a. Okay, this is gonna be a weird one. In Guilty Gear, I think, there is when it was being made, they were making it based on I think Dragon Ball game, and in that Dragon Ball game, they made all the fighting mechanics based on Goku. So essentially, it was like if Goku, like whatever Goku does in this situation, you do the same thing, right? Like if you put in this combination of combination of buttons, like Goku, whatever Goku does, this character will do the same thing. Um, and so when they were making Guilty Gear, they were like, because they were basing the code of the fighting game of a fucking Dragon Ball fighting game, they were essentially like, okay, just import fucking Goku. And so and so essentially majority of Guilty Gear shit is just like Goku holding it all together, like every character is referencing Goku for advice. So in that case, like ARIA label by is they're constantly like referencing Goku. I don't know. What does ARIA stand for? Accessibility Rich Internet Application. What do both ARIA label do? Modify visual appearance, provide labels for elements to enhance accessibility on screen readers, functionality from inputs. I didn't mention it. When should you use provide tooltip of element, change color element, need to hide the element from screen reader? Is this invisible text on the page can be used as a label? Yippee! God. If you ever need to display content while at the same time hiding it from people who use assistive technology like screen readers, you can use ARIA hidden attribute. You just need to add it to HTML elements that you want to hide and set its value to true. Like you can see over here, ARIA hidden equals true. This attribute hides the element and all of its children from accessibility tree, while keeping them visible on the page. Common use cases include icons and images that only have decorative purposes, duplicated content. Okay, interesting. Because I was like as I was reading it, I was like, why do you need to hide stuff from blind people in the first place? You know, it's important to remember, ARIA hidden only involves content from assistive technologies such as screen readers. If the content should be hidden from everyone, then you should not use ARIA hidden to hide it. For example, a hamburger menu that is currently collapsed must be hidden from all keyboard users, not just screen reader users. In case you could set CSS display property to 9 on the menu to remove it from rendered page and stability tree when it is collapsed. You should never use ARIA hidden to hide an element that is focusable with keyboard. The ARIA hidden attribute only removes the element from accessibility tree. It does not remove it from DOM. Cannot hide from a DOM. You know, you like you didn't pick a safe word yet. You better pray. Thus, it will still be possible for screen reader users to tab to the element, but their screen reader will not announce the element, effectively causing them to focus on nothing. Nothing. Here's an example where we hide an icon from accessibility tree, add an ARIA hidden attribute with value of true. Okay. Wait, ARIA hidden true. Nothing changed. We only keep the text exposed to assistive technology to avoid any confusions that may arise from redundancy of having both icon and text of the same purpose. Okay. Interactive example includes font awesome CDN. So you can see gear icon display preview window. To see previews, you will need to enable interactive editor. And I can't see the difference at all actually. So font awesome. Wait, are they hiding only the gear icon itself? Oh yeah. They're only hiding the gear icon. They're not hiding the setting label. Oh, that's weird. Okay, fine. You do not need to use array hidden when HTML element already has hidden attribute. Element of an or the element's ancestor ancestor is already hidden with display none. The element of or the element ancestor is already hidden with visibility hidden. In these cases, the element is already hidden from accessibility tree, so the array hidden attribute is not necessary. As with any area attribute, you should always test with assistive technology, and preferably having people with disabilities test your work. Make sure that it's easy to understand even with these hidden elements. Will not expose the element to assistive technologists if any of its parents has its attributes set to true. Okay. Weird. The array hidden attribute is used to hide elements from people who use assistive technologies, such as screen reader user. Yeah, got it. What can be helpful, hiding purely decorative elements duplicate that content that should be used sparingly to avoid hindering accessibility. In general, all content and functionality available on the page should be available to people using assistive technology. The use case for array hidden is very narrow and should be limited primarily to making experiences cleaner for screen readers. Do not use array hidden contents that you don't think screen readers users would be interested in. Screen reader users deserve to have access to all information on the page. Okay. The page just says like, man, his asshole spread open. Man, shitting from his asshole. Man, jerking it. Like, and like the screen reader keeps reading all of this stuff, and the blind guy is like, bruh, what? What is? I don't know why I was thinking about such thing. I just thought it would be fucking kind of funny as a prank. Yeah, actually, yeah, they just have like constantly like ARIA display, and just like it constantly reads out, but only to blind people. So the blind people are like, what the fuck is this web page about? And then the people who can see are like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then they have to like check the code and be like, why is there just a bunch of like descriptives of men having their asshole spread? What's the primary purpose of ARIA hidden attribute? ARIA hidden attribute be used for elements on a web page, for elements that are visually hidden but still important for users' experience, decorative elements that do not contribute to main content. What are damn, now that I think about it, you could like hide entire books in there. Here's the thing. It sounds like a very weird prank on blind people that I don't know why I would want to think about it, but like you could hide like entire book in like ARIA thing, and then the blind person has to like has text to speech, and the text to speech is like, and then John Gray pulled her panties down, and it's like, when does it get to grandma's cookies? Like when's my fucking recipe coming around? Like what's going on? What the fuck? Reduce website performance compatibility with all their web browsers. Yippee. I think, but to be fair, would it? No, it wouldn't. Because I'm thinking like, could you use that to trap AI essentially? Right? Because I remember there was some some videos that was essentially talking about like the ways that they trap AI is and make like a website, and then the website has like a link, and the AI will click on the link to scrape it for data, and then scraping for data is just like bunch of like gibberish nonsense that like essentially tortures AI. And like whenever AI tries to escape, it just loads another page and another page and another page and another page and another page. So AI constantly has to like scrape the useless data. ARIA described by attribute used to provide additional information about element to screen reader users. By referencing existing content on a page, it creates programmatic association between element and the content, technically referred to as an accessible description, which screen readers can use to inform users of additional information when they interact with the element. The most common use for ARIA described by is to associate instructions and error messages with form inputs. Okay. Due to various methods screen readers users have to navigate the page, they may miss these messages when navigating between inputs. Using ARIA described by helps them ensure that they will hear them. Okay. Let's take a look at a few examples to understand how it works. In the first example, we have form element that accepts a password. That must be at least 8 characters long. Cool. We have a form element that accepts password. You will see that password is masked in the preview window. You should also see that password help text remains red until you're 8 or more characters into input. This interactive example is using CSS. Yeah, but you can do mandatory, like password has to be like up to this many letters. And if you press like complete it, it's gonna give you text anyway. But I guess it's because of the password thing. Password help. We are using label element for the password text and associating that with password input field. We also have paragraph element that describes password requirement. We are using area described by attribute to associate the password input field with password requirements in a paragraph element. When screen reader user interacts with this input, their screen reader announces the name of input password and may then also announce the password requirement. This is not an absolute guarantee, however, as some screen readers may not automatically announce the additional content or may only announce it in specific circumstances. That's their uses, right? Not automatically announce the additional content or this is not uncommon. Each screen reader is different and handles ARIA attribute in their own way. This does not negate the use of ARIA described by, as it will benefit screen reader users in general. Okay. Another good use for ARIA described by attribute is when you have a delete button. Here's an example wherein all deletions are permanent. Delete message warning. Okay. Grab by delete message warning all. Okay. Just like earlier example, we associate the delete button. Let me grab some water. I'm thirsty. Ooh. No, one thing is 2 days ago I exercised and yesterday I went to the shopping and my legs are screaming. I can barely fucking move these bad boys. I'm literally walking like fucking I have lead in my legs. It's impossible. Hmm. Hmm. Oh wow. Oh god. Specify unique identifier for an element. Wait, what? Yep. In example provided, how does describe by attribute enhance user experience, changes visual appearance, associate additional scripted text with from fields, more context instructions. Which is the correct way to use ARIA described by. Label for wait. Definitely is this one. Unless I'm wrong. Yep, this one. Yep, this one. What? Your password might be in. Oh fuck! Fuck! I pressed wrong thing. No, what? No, no. Oh fuck! 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 Fuck. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Sorry. Yeah, yeah. Password help. Password help. I know why I pressed that password one. And that was wrong. I read the password help one and I was like, yeah, that sounds correct. And then they fucking selected the wrong thing. Now workshop and then working with accessible media elements. Checkout page. Design a movie review page. Damn, we're gonna have a lot of lab. Human accessibility review, quiz, review, and then just computers. Okay. Oh, that's such a good song. Now a new episode of Rick and Morty was supposed to be released today, but I assume it's American time, and so it's not exactly today, like fucking usually later, and it fucking sucks because I actually want to watch it. Like the fuck. You can see it. Like it actually saved some password right now. No thanks. Don't save this password. Thank you. The fuck. Next, add button element. I should have checked what password that was. Let me see. Motherfucker. Oh no no. Fuck wrong. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Why does it want to save preview sandbag static server code box? Why does it want me to save this password? And what? That's weird. No thanks. Next, add button element with type attribute set to value button. Wait, is it from like couple of ones before where I was actually like pressing it like here's a password and then it saved only now because it gotten through somehow? Okay. Next, add button element with type. Okay. Type attribute set to the value button. Button element text should be play. Okay. No, wait, what? Oh. Let me type also. We also want the type button. You should have type. Okay. Okay, whatever. Just I remember it being different, and I remember something here is wrong, but can't catch it. Next, at like something here is like Mandela effect in me right now. Next, add div element. Span element is generic inline container for content. Commonly used to style pieces of text differently from surrounding text, or to wrap text, give it ID that other elements such as array attributes can refer. ID equals site development nests a span element with ID attributed to volume label. Also, the text for span element should be volume. The ID will later be referred to by ARIA. Okay. Hello, check. Okay, took a while. Now it is time to add another span element. This span element should have an ID attribute to volume descriptor. Okay. Adjust the sound level. Yippee! I got a supporter. Ooh. Duncan. Oh. Oh yeah, I'm working on some 3D models in my spare time. And I'm just just have time, I guess. I know. But I don't know. I just fuck it just in couple of weeks, like 2 weeks, about 2 weeks, I'm gonna need to go to my parents' thing, and it's too close and too far. So it's like I don't know when I need to prepare. Essentially, it fucking sucks. Next you need to add input element with type attribute set to range. Input type range. Nice. Set minimum attribute to 0, max to 100, and the value attribute to 50 to define default value. Min 0, max 100, value 50. What is this? Yeah, it's so quiet. I could barely like understand what I was saying. It's fine to see some of the older songs that I like picked when I was in high school. As you go from previous area labeled by attribute is used when add area labeled by attribute to input element set to volume label volume description. And doesn't kill me. Stronger. This one is funny because like whatever doesn't kill me, the song is like whatever doesn't kill me. They say whatever doesn't kill me makes me stronger, and then I say whatever doesn't kill me better run. But I remember in what it was in the Warhammer 40k book, our Roberto Gilliman was like, well, whatever doesn't kill me isn't trying hard enough, and it's like that's such a stupid line because he's like one of the most powerful creatures. Like whatever doesn't kill him isn't trying hard enough, bro. Hard to kill you. Like he got ambushed butt naked by like four uh like fucking genetically engineered super soldiers in full gear and with fucking with portable rocket launchers, and he still survived that shit. He tanked that. And you telling me it's like he got thrown out in space, came back whooping his ass through space. Like he was thrown out from a spaceship into space, came back to the just like the surface of a spaceship and just punched his way back in and then fought his way through. All without like any like helmet or whatever, just fucking just survived on sheer will and determination. Thor doesn't kill him, isn't trying hard enough, bro. With you, it's hard to even try. Add a button element with type attribute set to button below mute. Below the development. Yay! By the way, they're not attached, right? Like they're not really working together. Like all of that would be a JavaScript thing, you know. Hey, I'm not a JavaScript man. I don't know your fancy coding. I only know programming. What are we doing? Need and what are some examples of good alt text? Alternative text, often abbreviated as alt text, is a brief text description of an image. Are we doing a recap right now or resort? Like short. Generally, you don't need to start with image of or picture of. You can just start description directly. It's usually recommended to end alt text with period for consistency. Describe what happens when if user clicks on the page. If you click on the page, we're gonna give you like $500, but it's only in the alt text. So like nobody knows unless they need to read it. What is the purpose of alt text in the image? To improve appearance of the image, to provide descriptive elements to the web page for people with visual disabilities. When is it appropriate to leave alt text empty for an image? When image is purely decorative, when image is important to understand the content, when image is small, always to improve the website performance. Probably. What should be primary focus of alt text for an image that acts as a link? Describe an image and getting the link destination. Combining both image description and the link destination. Alt text is not important. Okay. So it is when it's decorative. Decorative. What are accessibility benefits of good link text? What are example of good link text? Let's take a look at benefits of writing good link text in context of accessibility. Some examples of good link text. The first visible benefit of good link text is it makes it easier for everyone to find information quickly. If the link help users to know where they're headed and what they'll access, this ensures that users don't feel lost and improves overall user experience. For those using screen reader, A clear and descriptive link text is a must. Screen readers read the link text aloud, so text like "read our accessibility guide" is way better than "click here." Making link text clear and descriptive isn't just beneficial to those living with a visual. Can I just skip it? What if I just skip it? The webinar details the link details. Avoid jargon, abbreviation, use many as a non-stand. Focus on destination, not action. For example, user behavior results. Instead of click here to read more. Don't repeat the same link text for different destination. Place link in a way that they make sense within surrounding text. For example, for more detail with our page, instead of click here for more. Details. Prep webinar details link. Get details about upcoming webinar. The wake doesn't provide information. Okay. Link text gives users. Okay. Read more. Read our latest blog post on web accessibility. More info. Learn more about our accessibility efforts. Why is clear descriptive link text essential for those using screen readers? It enhances the visual appearance of a web page. It helps users understand the purpose of a link of navigating with screen reader. What's the first visible benefit of good link text? It helps users to know when where they're headed and what's the access. Which of the following is the best practice for writing link text? Use generic text. Repeat the same link. Make links visually distinct with underline other. Focus on the action rather than destination. Click here to read more. Okay. Because the visual cues isn't it all for like people who cannot see the visual cues? Isn't that the point? Am I crazy? Multimedia, especially video, has become the go-to format for sharing information online. With this surge in content, there is a growing need to ensure everyone can access and enjoy video and audio content online, irrespective of their abilities or environment. Making your audio and video content accessible isn't just nice to have, it's essential for reaching wider audience. Let's look at some inexpensive ways to make your video and audio content more accessible. A video is not just about visuals, but also audio. So first thing you should consider doing is adding captions or subtitles to your video content. Okay. Captions provide text version of spoken words, and well, that's kind of like what YouTube does now by default. But you can, and as far as I understand, like captions are sometimes like very inaccurate. That's why like there's still like people who you can like hire to essentially caption your videos for you, and they will like do a good job of it instead of being like an automated message. Subtitles, on the other hand, are essential for people who don't understand the language you're speaking. This helps not only people who are deaf and hard of hearing, but also those watching video in noisy or quiet environments. But if they're quiet, do you mean like that they don't want to be? They need to be quiet, not like the fact that like, oh, it's very quiet, I cannot hear it quite well. To add captions or subtitles to the video or audio content, you can use track element inside your video and audio. Captions, track. I didn't see any caption. Also, the audio didn't load. Is captions only on the no? The caption is also on the video, right? So the kind attribute is used to tell the track elements how it should be used. Valid values for the kind attribute include captions, subtitles, chapters, and metadata. Yep. The source language attribute represents language for the track content. The label attribute is a descriptive title for the text track that browser used to identify displayed in a list of available text tracks. Another important thing to consider is providing transcript for your audio and video content. The transcript is the text version of all spoken words in your video, audio or video. Unlike caption transcripts, don't need to be synchronized with the media. Transcripts are useful for deaf people and those hard of hearing. They're also beneficial for people who prefer reading instead of watching or listening. Transcript also make your content searchable, allowing users to quickly find specific parts of your audio or video. If you have video or audio on a website, you can simply add transcript below audio or video. Cool. Welcome to the tutorial making accessibility content. And in sign language overlay for video for deaf people and those hard of hearing, providing volume and speed controls, ensuring good contrast for on-screen text, offering multiple formats. How are captions different from subtitles in the video content? Well, captions are usually also give you like, at least closed captions are usually supposed to give you the actions. And non-verbal sounds, yes, are for viewers who don't understand the language. How can you add captions or subtitles directly to your video track? Why are transcripts important for audio and video content? It's only useful for people who prefer watching videos. Help make content accessible for deaf and hard of hearing individual and allow easy searching of specific content. Are solely for translating spoken language. Transcripts are used for non-verbal sounds. Yep. Cool. What are some ways to make web application keyboard accessible? Okay, on this note, wait, how much do we have for the fucking course thing? This, and then the lab, and the lab, and the lab, and review, and quiz, and review. How did we go through? We had this one, right? I have no idea. Oh no, we went through all of this. Yeah. So that's for next week. In the meantime, 1 second. Okay, first I need to turn this off. Okay. I need to know this, but that's for later. Wait, what's this?
Ready to team up for some hardcore action?
Before I reply, I need to see some ID. You sound way too PG-13 for my brand of humor.
Sure, I may be young, but that won't stop me from saving the world.
Oh no, wait, what the fuck is this? Excuse me?
Before I reply, I need to see some ID. You sound way too PG-13 for my brand of humor.
Sure, I may be young, but that won't
18 Trust Club. I'm 18 Trust.
But that won't stop me from saving the world.
I'm all good with the world saved. I just want to avoid another awkward meeting with HR.
I got pulled over a few weeks ago with my girlfriend. Get pulled over by a very conservative cop, and I know he is because of his job. And we get pulled over, you know, the cop just fucking walks up, just fucking so closeted or whatever, just knocks on the window. It's like, roll it down. All right, man. He goes, you know why I pulled you over? I'm like, no. He's like, you're in the HOV lane. You need 3 people in the HOV lane. I'm counting 2. I lean over, I touch my girl's stomach. I'm like, no, 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 no. It's okay, it's okay. She's with child. He goes, how far along? I'm like, however far along you need it to be for this to work. And I'll tell you what, I'll tell you this. I did not get a ticket. Yeah. It worked. He's like, a life's a life. I'm like, whatever, man, let's do it. Hell yeah. We're friends now. He's like, so where are you headed? I'm like, Planned Parenthood. We're getting rid of this. I'm getting rid of this fucking kid. I don't give a shit.
Damn. Gay Spider-Man. Damn, what an animation. Jubilee kindly asked for your kidney. Was them skins?
What do you call this in English?
A casket.
A coffin.
Mm.
What about this?
A ghoul.
A ghost. What about this?
A cadaver.
A skeleton. And this?
The cranium.
A skull. What about this?
A manor.
A haunted house. And this?
The cemetery.
A graveyard. What about this?
Arachnid.
A spider. How many did you get correct?
Now here's a wild thing. Apparently, I don't know where it's who, how, and how, but wait, did I not like it? God damn it! I had like apparently, so there's like something going on with Helen. What's fucking fuck not Helen, fuck Loki and Mantis, where they're apparently like crushing on each other, but
right hand
but the new skin from Mantis was her in all the Egyptian drip.
I'll take the couch.
Are
Yeah,
you
probably
sure?
for the
Damn, how's he even shorter? He's like literally at like dick sniffing at like a fucking fart in your face height. Like he's not that short. It's crazy.
It'll be fine. I've slept in far worse places than...
That's by the way the height of Wolverine. He's about the height of the Wolverine in that fucking animation we just watched. It's crazy. Like he's way shorter. It's unbelievable. Like he's short. He's not that short. How's Wolverine that short, by the way? Oh wait, isn't like the adamantium skeleton? Because I remember there was like one comic where he got like adamantium skeleton removed, and his like healing factor kicked in to make him like more animalistic and primal. Did he also grow taller? Because that man just short. Or given ZAD. Rika, 1972. Height 137. Insane. Nita. That's 1 year ago. Does he have another? Oh, only one other animation 6 months ago. They're taking time, I guess.
Hello? He loves me. He loves me not.
Right.
The fuck?
Sorry, I don't know where I am. If
you want to go back, you can.
Oh. Oh, that's weirder. The room. A rubber room. Rob a room with rats. Rats with wheels. Rats make me crazy. Nope. Okay.
So, what do you feel now?
What are you talking about? Why is this happening to me?
She asked the same thing.
What the fuck?
Excuse me?
Oh. That's worse.
So cute!
Where did he...
Was he your boyfriend? So sweet.
No, I don't...
Oh, did you steal this?
Please, just...
If he stole something, you should give it back. Everything will be okay if you just apologize.
Shut up!
I was just making conversation.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you are. Conversation? You're insane!
If you're going to be rude, maybe you should just leave.
You brought me here!
What? You've been following me.
That shit is weird. Girl Bard. Oh. Ooh. Wow. Oh. Whoa.
Isn't this beautiful? This is for him.
Wait. Damn, this is some... That's cool. This is fucking cool as hell. What the fuck? So yeah. That's kind of what I figured. She was working in the bar and she probably got killed. And in sense of like, oh, she was following her because she was the previous victim, perhaps. The same as under the same guy. Kind of like he lures women all in.
Why? Tell me why.
Oh no. Okay.
We're in the way. That's why he left.
Ah. Oh. Okay, that's huh.
Barely knew you. He saw a different girl every week.
Okay, that's kind of worse actually, I guess. Huh.
How cruel! Is it I have to face you? Did I deserve to rot? You don't deserve life.
Huh. Okay. It's weird. I was making my conclusions before it finished, which made me kind of like you know. But before the conclusion of the video, I was like, oh, she was gonna clearly like. But before the conclusion of the video, I was like, oh, well, I think I know what's gonna happen, and then can turn on its own, I guess. Five seasons in the movie. Channel says read live happily. I'm sure this will be jolly joyful experience. It's been a year and I finally get a notification. Edit this to speak. You realize I was going to bed, right? What was this one? Perfect short film to watch with a family this Christmas. Wonder why the woman sounds like Zuyan from ZZ. Sees the voice actress checks out for animation. I'm sad that this quality has so little views. So I did really like specifically this moment. Like about here. That's pretty good. Also, it's very it is very unusual from like to have it like the opposite of like she was obsessed with the guy and so she was inviting him to like girls bar, you know. But this is fucking creepy as fuck. This is great. I love it. Anyway, on this note, we are wrapping up. Tomorrow, Shifu. After tomorrow, Shifu again. Then Samson on Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, Saturday, it's gonna be Cult of the Lamb. And then next Sunday, we're probably finishing HTML and going beyond that. That's not we are wrapping up. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.